Imagine standing in your kitchen, reaching for your favorite mug, but the colors are faded and the edges of everything are blurry. The words in the newspaper blur together, and a dark spot blocks the faces you love. This is the daily reality for millions losing their vision. It's not just about seeing less, it's about losing connection to the world. Simple joys like sunsets or a child's first steps fade away. Frustration and anxiety grow with every misplaced object and stumble. For years, medicine could only slow this decline, never stop it. But today, June 12, 2025, we stand on the edge of a breakthrough. Imagine a future where fading sight can be stabilized. Picture a device, smaller than a grain of sand, implanted in the eye. This device works at the biological source, protecting the cells responsible for sight. It's not science fiction, it's the promise of a new era in eye care. This is a story of innovation and resilience. But to understand the impact, we must first understand the enemy, retinal degeneration. These diseases quietly attack the most delicate tissue in our body. To appreciate this breakthrough, we need to see the challenge it's meant to conquer. Let's explore the workings of the human eye and the devastation of retinal degeneration. What is retinal degeneration? Think of your retina as the film in a camera, capturing light and turning it into images. Retinal degeneration is when the retina's light-sensitive cells, photoreceptors, break down and die. When these cells are lost, vision fails. The most common forms are age-related macular degeneration, AMD, and retinitis pigmentosa, RP. AMD blurs central vision, making reading and recognizing faces hard. RP narrows peripheral vision, creating tunnel vision and night blindness. Both conditions worsen over time and are leading causes of irreversible blindness. Over 200 million people worldwide are affected, and the numbers are rising as populations age. Some forms even strike young adults, stealing sight in their prime. The loss of independence is profound, often leading to isolation and depression. Families and healthcare systems bear the burden of care and lost productivity. For decades, a diagnosis meant a slow decline with little hope. That's why finding a real treatment is urgent, not just to improve vision, but to restore lives. The fight against retinal degeneration is about preserving quality of life and human connection. Until now, our tools have been limited. Historically, treatment options for retinal degeneration have been frustratingly limited. For dry AMD, patients take vitamins that may slow progression but don't cure. Wet AMD requires regular, uncomfortable eye injections, effective but invasive and lifelong. For most with retinitis pigmentosa, there have been no approved treatments at all. Patients rely on low-vision aids and coping strategies, not real solutions. A single gene therapy exists for a rare form, but most are left without options. The emotional toll of watching vision fade, powerless to stop it, is immense. We needed more than symptom management. We needed proactive protection. The dream, a one-time, long-term intervention to preserve retinal cells. This shift from damage control to preservation is the new frontier, and that's where the next chapter begins. Enter the Starlight micro-implant. At Stanford's BioX Institute, researchers have created the Starlight micro-implant, a tiny, biocompatible chip for the eye. Its mission: protect the retina's photoreceptor cells and slow their decline. The implant delivers a continuous, ultra-low dose of a neuroprotective protein directly to the retina. This shields cells from oxidative stress and inflammation, the main drivers of degeneration. Unlike pills or drops, the implant targets the problem at its source. The procedure is minimally invasive, taking less than 20 minutes in an outpatient setting. Once implanted, it needs no power or maintenance and lasts up to 5 years. The result: vision is stabilized, halting further decline. This is a paradigm shift, moving from frequent injections or limited supplements to a proactive, long-term solution. For many, the conversation is no longer about coping with loss, but preserving what remains. The Starlight implant is more than technology. It's hope made tangible. But what does this mean for real people? Let's hear their stories. Meet Maria, a grandmother and painter whose world faded with AMD. Regular eye injections kept her going, but her passion for painting was lost. After receiving the Starlight implant in a clinical trial, her vision stabilized. The dark spot in her vision stopped growing and her confidence returned. She paints again, adapting to her limits but embracing her future. "It's not perfect," she says, "but I know what I see today, I'll see tomorrow." For Maria, the fear is gone. David, a software engineer with early onset RP, feared losing his career as his vision narrowed. After the implant, the disease's progression in one eye slowed dramatically. He can still work, provide for his family, and live his life. Every morning I check my vision. The right side is my rock, he says. These aren't just anecdotes, they're proof of the implant's impact. Renewed passion, preserved careers, and relief from the fear of darkness. The Starlight implant is writing a new chapter of hope. But what does the science say? Let's look at the results. The first clinical trials of the Starlight implant are generating excitement. In a phase 2 trial with over 200 patients, the implant proved safe and effective. Complications were rare thanks to the minimally invasive procedure. Most importantly, the implant slowed photoreceptor cell loss by 75% compared to placebo. For every 4 cells that would have died, 3 were saved. Patients retained more visual field and performed better on reading tests. While it doesn't restore lost vision, it preserves what remains, delaying or preventing blindness for years. These results validate a new therapeutic strategy: continuous, targeted protection. The success of this trial is paving the way for a larger, global phase 3 trial. If confirmed, the Starlight implant could soon become the new standard of care. For millions, it's a beacon of hope where there was none. But the story doesn't end here. What's next for vision restoration? The Starlight implant is just the beginning. Next-generation implants are being developed, refillable, adaptable, and even smarter. Imagine doctors updating your implant's medication without surgery. The future includes bioelectronic and AI-powered retinal prosthetics, bionic eyes that can restore some vision to the blind. AI is revolutionizing early detection and monitoring, catching disease before symptoms appear. Soon, smart implants could transmit data to your phone, letting AI track your retinal health in real time. Proactive adjustments could be made before vision is lost. In 2025, the future of sight is brighter than ever. Breakthroughs like Starlight are changing the narrative from inevitable loss to preservation and restoration. We're moving from managing blindness to actively fighting it. This tiny implant is a symbol of human ingenuity and hope. Even in the face of daunting challenges, science can light the way. The journey from darkness to light is just beginning.